Did Dave Ramsey or Rich Dad Poor Dad write about debt? Should you have debt? Should you pay off debt? Is debt going to ruin you, or is debt going to make you wealthy? I have a unique take on this subject because at one point in time, debt ruined my life. So I've had a multi-million dollar company with over 50 employees, and it failed, which means that I wasn't able to pay the debt. And over the course of 7 years, I had to basically go through hell to fix all of that. So I've had to be successful not once, but twice. And through that process, over the past 15 years, I've been a consultant for about 10 years. I've helped at least 25 different businesses flourish. And debt is something that you're going to need in your personal life and not just for your business. So if you're trying to grow your own personal wealth, or if you're trying to grow your business, most of the time debt is going to be a big part of that. So when we talk about Robert Kiyosaki with Rich Dad Poor Dad, and we talk about Dave Ramsey, it's two totally different perspectives, right? There are a lot of people that follow Dave Ramsey that say that they need to pay off all of their debts, and you don't buy a house and you can tell you can pay for the house, and you don't buy a car until you can pay cash for the car. And then there's the Rich Dad Poor Dad mindset, which says that if interest rates are low, that you should go ahead and take basically as much debt as you possibly can on cash flowing assets. And I think that that's something that a lot of people miss. When you talk about debt being good, a lot of people automatically think that that means that you should have as much debt as possible. And the truth of it is, if you look at the wealthiest people in the world, okay, most of their wealth is debt. Why is that? Well, that's because they don't pay taxes on debt. So if you buy, let's say you're making $60,000 a year, okay, you make $60,000 a year and you are driving an $80,000 Tahoe. That is an example of really, really bad debt. Even if it's stupid low interest rates on that, you are financing something that is a depreciating asset. It's not going to grow wealth for you and your family, and it's a lot more expensive than what you can actually afford. Now, let's say that you are buying let's say you're buying a duplex, okay? And you buy a duplex, you're not going to live in it, you're going to rent it out, and you're going to have people inside there, and you get it for 3.75% interest or 4% interest. And what is that going to do? One, that's going to cash flow for you, but eventually it's also going to grow in value. That is an example of good debt. Now, real quick, guys, a word from me. I don't take sponsors on the page. With almost 100 million views on TikTok, I have never taken a sponsor or an affiliate deal. And I pride myself in that. We're a Christian page. You don't have to be a Christian to be here. But I don't believe in taking other people's products that I don't trust or don't know and putting them out to the audience that is trusting me. So what I have launched for the first time ever, which this has come in by a big request of you guys, is the 9-step ebook. This is everything that I have learned from, one, being successful the first time, then failing, then having to be successful all over again, but also basically doing it my way and then doing it God's way. Now, through that process, I also became a financial advisor. I am not a practicing financial advisor, but I created 9 steps in an ebook. It's about 30 pages long, take you an hour or two to read, but it is everything you need to know from saving, budgeting, investing. Should you buy gold? Should you buy stocks? Is debt good? Side hustles, starting businesses. And I'm super excited to launch this. So we're going to be doing, during the month of July, I think we're going to do the first 250 people, use code GROWTH, all capital letters, get it 50% off if you go to byhistruth.coom. Now, I know not everyone is going to want to go out and buy a duplex, but it just gives you a small example of debt can be an absolute tool. It can be leverage for you. Just like using margin in the stock market when the stock market's hot, using the bank's money to grow your own wealth can be one of the quickest ways to wealth possible. You just have to know the time and the place to do it. For example, business loans right now. Business loans are 10 to 12%, even if you have fantastic credit. That means I'm not too hot about going and buying most businesses right now because I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze, and I think it is too high of risk. When I bought my business many years ago, it was $2.5 million, and I got it at a 5.25% interest rate. Now, nowadays in 2025, it's probably not the best time to take one of those deals because if that same business deal was at 12%, I wouldn't have been able to afford to buy that business. In 2021, my wife and I were pulling into my neighborhood and our neighborhood, and as we were passing by the houses, we saw a Tahoe, brand new Tahoe. We saw a brand new boat. We saw a brand new side-by-side. We saw brand new trucks. We saw all these brand new things. And one of the questions my wife asked me was, is everyone else just super well off, or are we just not doing that good in life? And it's because I don't allow us to be over leveraged like that. The majority of people take on debt in order to keep up with the Joneses rather than taking on debt to grow their future wealth, to allow them to have an appreciating asset. We got to go check this out over here. We got a turtle crossing the path. We're going to take a little break real quick. Man, I'm trying to hurry. This guy for a turtle is actually kind of fast crossing the path here. Oh, he's got a cool red head. See the red stripes on the side? All right, sorry about that. A little ADHD. So I think that that's the biggest misconception. If you are leveraged to the gills right now in order to have toys that make you look like you're wealthy, there's a lot of people that look very, very, very wealthy that are absolutely broke. Like if they did not have paychecks coming in for a month, it could absolutely destroy them, right? So most people, unfortunately, in our culture, many people would prefer to have the brand new car, to be over leveraged on their house, to use their credit card to shop and go on vacations that they can't really afford, and to give the world an image that they're doing okay, that they can afford this, that they've done well in life. And that is the worst possible way that you could use debt, and it is a trap. So in that sense, Dave Ramsey is absolutely right. Now, where Dave Ramsey loses me is you can absolutely buy safer assets like real estate. I'm not too hot about the real estate market right now. It has collapsed in many areas, so there are probably a lot of good deals out there. I'm not too hot about where the current interest rates are, but the problem is that a lot of people don't go look for those good cash flowing assets that allow you, even just in your business, for example, if your business is trying to grow to the next level, a lot of people think that if you just get more orders inside of a business, that means that you're able to just go and sell more product. Well, sometimes it costs you more to be able to produce that, and debt, good interest debt is one of the ways that you're able to do that. So you can leverage your business and actually be able to grow it more. All right, it's 4th of July today. Happy 4th of July, by the way. So this path is super busy today, and I don't want to catch people on the camera. I know that's awkward for other people, but in the course I'm releasing for you guys, which you don't have to buy things to be here. It's awkward. I don't want people to feel like that they're required to buy something, but something that I try to get to the point to get across is debt can be your ultimate demise, or debt can be something that makes you very, very, very wealthy. Earlier, I mentioned that most people that are super wealthy, they're wealthy because of their debt. And I can give you a small example of that. When someone gets a big bonus in the stock market, if they get paid in stock, they don't then go sell that stock. For example, when someone says Elon Musk is as rich as he is, they would pay massive taxes if they did that. So what do? They get loans against that. So and you don't pay debt on loan, or you don't pay taxes on loans. So debt can be one of the greatest tools for your lives. The problem is our culture has taught us to have a very, very unhealthy relationship with it. And that is the message that I'm trying to get out there. So yes, I failed at one point in time. And yes, I've had to be successful twice, but I couldn't have been successful either of those times on the level that I was if debt wasn't involved in the situation. So it absolutely can be a tool for you. Let me know if you guys want to go more in detail on this, if you want to know on the type of loans and kind of what I think about that and what I personally go look for. I don't know how nitty gritty we always want to get on this. This is new to us, doing this long form content over on YouTube. I think I'm going to post this on TikTok as well. I appreciate you guys going and supporting us over there. The TikTok movement with By His Truth has been absolutely awesome, and I love sharing this information with you guys. It's very, very unfortunate that our school system it's worried about pushing DEI policies to kids and not worried about preparing adults for the future with their relationship with money, because it's going to be one of the more important things in your lives. And the Bible does say money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is all evil. It's very specific wording there. And so your relationship with money is important with both God and also how you present yourself to the world. Are you taking on debt just so you look good and feel good inside, or are you taking on debt for the betterment of your family's future? Thank you guys for watching this video. Happy 4th of July. I will see you next week.